Here is a full story in the humanity, HFY style. It's a genre that often portrays humanity as a resilient, ingenious, and sometimes terrifying force in the universe. Final warning from humanity to the Galactic Empire. Your worlds will burn. Chapter 1, The Ultimatum. The Galactic Council chamber was an imposing structure, a marvel of engineering that hovered in geostationary orbit above the core world of Solon Prime. Delegates from 1,000 species attended, their forms ranging from sleek and insectoid to bulbous and gelatinous. The council had convened for an extraordinary session. The holographic projection of Earth's ambassador flickered into view. Ambassador Elena Kincaid stood tall, her uniform pristine, and her eyes steely. Behind her, the blue and green orb of Earth loomed large, a silent reminder of humanity's home. Esteemed council members, Kincaid began, her voice cold and devoid of the usual diplomatic warmth. This is not a negotiation. It is a warning. A ripple of unease passed through the chamber. The Human Federation had been a member of the Galactic Empire for less than a century, a blink of an eye in the timeline of interstellar politics. They had been viewed as a minor, if not particularly troublesome, species. That perception was about to change. For decades, the Empire has exploited, oppressed, and humiliated humanity. Your governors have siphoned resources from our worlds, enslaved our people, and treated our sovereignty as a triviality. We petitioned for justice, and you laughed. We sought peace, and you spat on it. Her voice rose, and the hologram sharpened, as if her intensity alone could alter the transmission. You assumed our patience was weakness. You assumed our compassion was cowardice. That was your first mistake. The chamber fell into a tense silence. Even the Eldrin, the ancient race that led the Empire, appeared discomfited in their ornate chairs. Chapter 2, The First Flame. The retaliation had been sudden and precise. Humanity's forces, long underestimated, struck at strategic points across the Empire. Hyperlane hubs were obliterated by stealth vessels, planetary supply chains severed by cybernetic attacks. For every human colony subjugated by the Empire, a core world of the oppressors burned. Admiral Lucian Blackthorn stood on the bridge of the UNS Retribution, Earth's largest dreadnought. The flagship was a testament to humanity's ingenuity and determination, bristling with railguns, plasma turrets, and experimental gravitic cannons. Behind it, an armada of warships emerged from subspace, darkening the stars. Status report, Blackthorn barked. All targets in Quadrant 7 neutralized, sir, reported his tactical officer. The Thyran fleet retreated as predicted. Blackthorn nodded. And the civilians? Evacuated. Our forces ensured minimal collateral damage. Good. We're not here to slaughter the innocent, Blackthorn said grimly. But the Empire's leaders? They'll learn what happens when they provoke humanity. Chapter 3. Fire meets resistance. The Empire retaliated, marshaling fleets larger than anything humanity had ever faced. On the surface, it appeared as though they had the upper hand, superior numbers, more advanced technology, and centuries of battle experience. But humanity had two distinct advantages: unpredictability and sheer audacity. The battle for the Nyx sector became legendary. Human pilots, using tactics that baffled the Empire's strategists, turned ambushes into routes. Suicide drones laden with antimatter detonations crippled supercarriers, while ground forces deployed adaptive exosuits that rendered traditional tactics obsolete. At the heart of the chaos stood Commander Aisha Morales, leading her forces from the front lines. Her battle-scarred armor bore the insignia of the Phoenix, humanity's emblem of rebirth. You think we're just another species to conquer? Morales shouted over an open comm channel as she planted the banner of Earth on the smoldering ruins of an Empire fortress. "We are the storm, and we're coming for you." Chapter 4. The Council's Desperation. Back in the Galactic Council chamber, chaos reigned. Delegates shouted over one another, their voices tinged with panic. For the first time in millennia, the Empire was losing. The Eldrin Emperor, a towering figure of crystalline light, addressed the assembly. "This rebellion must be crushed. Humanity must be eradicated before their fire spreads." But cracks were forming within the Empire itself. Vassal species, inspired by humanity's defiance, began to rise up. Slave revolts erupted on industrial worlds. Rebel fleets joined forces with the humans, swelling their ranks. The Emperor's threats fell on deaf ears as cracks widened in the Council's unity. Chapter 5. The Final Warning. The UNS Retribution entered orbit above Solon Prime. The sight of humanity's flagship silenced even the Emperor. Admiral Blackthorn's transmission was broadcast across the Empire. "This is your final warning," Blackthorn said, his voice cold and deliberate. "Surrender unconditionally, or face annihilation. Your worlds will burn, not because we desire it, but because you left us no choice." Behind him, a live feed displayed the shattered remnants of an Empire fleet, its wreckage drifting lifelessly above a liberated colony. "Humanity offered you peace, and you chose war," Blackthorn continued. "We offered coexistence, and you chose exploitation. Now we offer only justice." The Emperor's voice trembled with rage. "You cannot win, humans. We are eternal." Blackthorn's eyes narrowed. "Nothing is eternal, not even stars. Choose wisely." Epilogue. Phoenix Rising. The Galactic Empire fractured under the weight of its arrogance. Humanity's final warning had been heeded, and the surviving Empire world surrendered. The human-led coalition dismantled the oppressive systems and rebuilt in their place something new, an alliance of equals, where freedom was paramount. In the ruins of the old order, humanity thrived. They were no longer seen as prey or underlings. They were the flame that burned away tyranny, a phoenix rising from the ashes of oppression. And they would never be underestimated again.